audio, then just don't speak, but you can type in questions and I can answer them just in the 3-Power General. Does anyone have any anything they want to say before I start? Any things? Oh yeah, cheers. Yeah. The other thing is that I've done a few video reviews. I think I've done Sore Loser and Kiwi, and I'm happy to always give feedback on people's gameplay. So if you want to improve your game and you want some sort of one-on-one, I'll watch the whole video and I'll give points on like what you did right, what you can improve on, and stuff like that. And also, yeah, sure, we'll do. I've got a YouTube channel, but tonight I want to cover just improving KD, and a lot of people might ask, well, it's not about KD, it's just about like killing Garys, and it's true. But in order to be able to kill Garys, you need to be able to hold your ground. And I didn't say move up, I just said actually hold your ground. That's the most important thing. And Hell Let Loose is so much more fun when you're just absolutely killing everyone and no one's killing you. Like, if you can do that, it's so much more fun than just looking at the death screen. So I'll start here. So this sort of does lead on from the other previous training topics I've covered. Mainly if you want to start slaying people on pubs and stuff, it's all about your positioning as well. Your position on the map, and also knowing the enemy locations, just general direction is good enough. So those two things there is what enables you to be able to farm. So yeah, there's just two factors: kills increase that, deaths decrease that. So sounds simple, right? That's what we want to do. But just sort of like taking a step back, we're here to have fun. Like, honestly, this game's really fun when you're really, top 2 in the scoreboard kind of thing. You're absolutely destroying everyone. It's just so much fun. It's really engaging. You're thinking a lot. It's not just shooting a lot, you're also thinking a lot. And it's it can be a complex game, and I think just take a step back and think, okay, what do I want to achieve in this particular game? Because I know the games last for 1.5 hours, and actually try something different. What I love doing is actually just going with the squad leader K98 and trying to get as many 100 kills with that. With the K98, it's shit. It reloads really slowly. You only get 5 shots before you actually have to reload for 4 seconds. And so you think, okay, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to play medic with that. I've only got 20 bullets. Let's do this. So have fun. Try something different, because the only way we can sort of explore different play styles is if you sort of get out of that comfort zone and try something different. Like for me, yeah, I should play tank and stuff, but from time to time, yeah, do defense. Maybe do some anti-flank, and that's kind of in the FNF they had a nice term for that, anti-shenanigans, which Kiwi, I and a few others were in last weekend. Great game, and yeah, it's good anti-shenanigans. So you could work on anti-shenanigans. You might want to try recon hunting. And for these roles, I like to pick something which, I like to pick squad leader, because it's always available, doesn't depend on anyone else, and you can see the whole map. So every game, just pick sort of one thing you want to actually actively focus on. Be it positioning, garrison protecting, play medic. It's quite fun. You get a K98 and you have to try something different. So have fun, try something different. Go out, hunt those recon, hunt Gypsy and Reno, and just try to make him your your nemesis's ass 10-1 or something like that, so it doesn't even appear and just understand that you're really pissing him off. And that's fun for you, right? It's fun. So yeah, what I mean there, test different play styles out. Try something that you're not doing. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over. Try something different. And then if it doesn't work out, you know that it's your own feedback, and it's the way we kind of all improve. And then just my last point there, I've said focus on reducing deaths and don't get more kills, because actually deaths are actually quite, in a way, more in control than our kills, because you could say hide in a really corner in the far distance of the map and you won't ever die. It won't be fun, but that's to the extreme that you are in full control of your deaths. Okay, the reason why you die is generally because you are out of position and aren't checking your angles. So, and that's just what I said just here. Things to try. These are, if I was to pick 3 things for us to all try in our next game or 3, is stop running all the time, play slower and check your angles, and I'll cover what that means exactly. And lastly, play that silly K98, because it's so garbage. I agree, it's absolute garbage, but it forces you to take your time, aim your shots, take cover, and only shoot when it's in your favour and you're going to get a kill. So yeah, have a go for that. Those 3 things if I was to say. You can all leave now. These are the 3 things you can try, but I'll go into each of these points in more depth. So here's some other things you can try, and I'll explain how we can do this. So improving our position means that don't always run where the blueberries are. Try to take on a flank. I know GB, I like to play with a meat grinder sort of approach, and if that's your position, then okay, that's cool. But there's other things you can do to improve your position. Whether it's in buildings and cover, it's not like out in the open. Yeah, so being aware of the map, being aware of those things. And then secondly is also the way that you won't ever die is to ensure that you only shoot and engage when it's favourable for you. So there's no 50-50. It's 100% zero. There's a guy running across the field. He's not going to look at you. You shoot that guy. That's like 100-0. Only engage in the 100-0 conditions. And you'll think, if I only shoot and kill people when I'm not in danger, then I'm playing too passively. I'm playing too safe. Actually, that's a really good way to play, because you'll end up dismantling Garys and killing people that way. And what's wrong with that? You don't always have to be a hero. And then lastly is the anti-shift W, hold and wait for backup, and I will cover what this means later as well. Like, hold and wait for backup, what the hell does that mean? Like, it basically means don't shift W. And just like another one here as well is, in order to improve our gameplay, is that, and we think we all do this, is we obviously always try to pick the best course of action. Like, we're not actively trying to do stupid stuff. We're all trying to make the best decisions during the gameplay. Do I defend? Do I attack? Do I flank? Do I hold position? Well, why don't we try something different? If we keep dying, if we're getting only like 1 or 2 KDs, like, what are we doing wrong? We've got to swap it up. And in order to do that, don't be a hero, just stay alive, because you're actually really helpful by staying alive. You aid cap weight. You can provide information for tanks, incoming enemies. Is much better than being dead. Like, you're useless being dead. So for those people who say, get in the point, I don't care if you die. Well, actually, if you die, you're completely useless. Completely. Yeah, I'd rather you stay in a bush and hide there with enemies running all around you, and you staying alive, rather than trying to be here and kill them all, because they'll probably put some Gary down, you'll destroy some outposts. Yeah, don't be a hero. And it's really hard to, I know it's a game, you get unlimited lives, but yeah, don't be the hero. So, let's say you're outside the black point, you're outside the black circle, and you're losing the point. As is always the case when you start off, maybe you didn't get to the circle first, or they've got more cap weight. But what do you do? It's like you've got different options, and you can either run into the circle, so it's like W. You can move to the flank. I'll call that A and D. Go flank to the sides. You can run away, so it's like S, retreat, or you can actually hold position, which is like aim down the sides, right mouse button. And a lot of people will just pick W. It's like, oh, I need to get into the point, the black circle. Oh my goodness, we're losing. I have to add that extra 3 times cap weight. And that does make sense, and we understand you're trying to help there. But overall, if you just pile into the black circle, you're just getting yourself surrounded, and you'll eventually, you might cap the point, but you'll just die because you don't have any of that sector control. So what I would do is you've got to evaluate the map, and I've got, with respect to friendly positions, basically go where friendlies are not, and I've sort of summed it up in a table here. So it's got like, okay, if they're friendlies in the black circle, and they're friendlies flanking, oh, okay, well then yeah, sure, the flanks are covered, black circle's cool. All right, let's add some extra cap weight, because the reason being, if there's friendlies in the black circle, it means that those positions are kind of covered. The distance between you and the black circle, you're not going to get, generally not going to get shot if there's friendlies between you and where you're trying to get to. It'd be really sad if yeah, you really got just shot out of the blue and they don't shoot any of your other friendlies. So by knowing that there's friendlies between you and you and your destination, you're sort of free to go. So you can sort of move without being fear of being shot. So friendlies in the black circle, friendlies are flanking, everyone's everywhere. You can add cap weight. Oh, no friendlies in the black circle. Obviously there's enemies there. If your friendlies are flanking, oh well, you're in a good position. Hold. Don't go in the black circle, because you're just going to be the tip of the spear and you're going to die. I don't know why there's a Z there. It probably shouldn't be a Z there, but yeah, flank. If friendlies aren't flanking, flank. And if there's no one in the black circle and there's no one flanking, then you're going to die because you're on the front line already. So the best thing probably to do is retreat, put your outposts up. So it's like the Matrix, eh? It's a 2x2, 4 output, 2 inputs, 4 outputs, like binary. Yeah. So does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions on this one? Is this confusing, this table? I know it's in words. Does anyone have any questions? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. And so basically, remember, you have more options than just shift W into the circle, which 90% of the players you'll know will do. So just remember, you have so many more options than just running into the circle. Yeah. Yeah, but just remember, holding is as valid as attacking. and retreating is as valid as flanking. And yeah, just remember you have options, eh? It's not just always attack. It's not always just attack. You've got 3 other valid options than just attacking into the circle. And really, the answer will show itself by looking at the map. And while I don't have a screenshot of the examples, I'm pretty sure you guys, if you guys look at the map, you'll be able to determine whereabouts you guys should go. A quick way of, if you can't be bothered looking at the map, just look towards the black circle. If you see blueberries there, that's cool, they're there. If you don't see blueberries there, it means that you're on the front line. If you look to your left and your right, if there's no blueberries there, then you don't have a flank, and that means you're gonna die soon. So just you get those spider feelings of, am I running too far ahead? Have I gone past where my backup is? Yeah. Yep. Yep. So the squad lead locked is a really powerful attack for setting up Red Garys. It's like a recon. Yeah. But they can. Yeah. Now that's really good. And solo locked is will also allow you to understand the movement and the flow of the game in your own time without having any pressure of, I've got to put an OP down because I'm 5 other guys. If I don't, then there's 5 other guys who won't be enabled. So yeah, it's really good to no pressure, just do whatever you want, just piss around and understand the game. Good. And just like here, what you just mentioned, it means people aren't dying off your OP, which means you aren't giving away your position, which means you can catch the enemy unaware, and also less deaths on your OP, which means it's not going to get bombed or your position's not going to get given away. So I always say look at the map and go to where the gaps are, fill the gaps. I love this one here. Here's another, and it happens all the time, like on those Utah open map beaches, or those Saint matches. Like you run along a hedgerow and there's a little gap ahead, and you hear this ping, you hear this suppression, and your screen sort of shakes, and you hear the sound, and then it's like, well, they missed, okay, which is awesome because you're still alive. But then, what do? All right, Drizzle, like. I'm gonna ask you, what would you do if you were running on the hedgerow and you get shot at? You didn't get hit, fortunately enough, but someone obviously tried to hit you. There's cover ahead, so you could run to that. But how would you react? Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good one. I don't have that one written down. Yeah, never check that same spot twice. In a way, like, I've got these, I sort of thought of these scenarios here. You could continue running, so, run for another 3 seconds. It's like, I can always get there. And you always get shot, right? You'll stop behind the hedge. And if you do manage to reach the cover, like, what do you do exactly? Do you throw a smoke? Do you continue on as if nothing happened, which is 90% of what most puppies do? And then, or you can peek an angle and return fire. So, peek an angle, left or right. Well, yeah, you can always pick the same angle if you wait a while. If you wait a while, you can pick the same angle. But yeah, just don't continue as if nothing happened, because if someone saw you, your position and your angle is all gone to shit. You can't move, you can't return fire, you're just going to get shot if you don't know exactly where you got shot from. So what I normally do is kind of like what Drizzle does. If you have the binoculars, because you're a squad lead, you can actually open up the angle and return fire on the guy without him actually seeing you, because you're opening up the angle so slowly. It's like you've got a sniper rifle. You'll always win with a sniper rifle as long as the other guy's not one, right? So pretend you've got a sniper rifle, you open up the angle slowly, 1 pixel at a time kind of thing, 1 degree at a time, and yeah, you'll be able to return fire and get the kill on that person. But you also got to remember that by killing people, that will give your position away as well. So you can't stay in the same spot unless you're in some cheese spot, for example. Yeah, your position will be compromised. So you got to remember that. And also, how do you return fire? Because you just have to know where you got shot from. And if you guys haven't already known, but the suppression effect and the sound will actually tell you where you got shot from. You don't have to get shot. That red thing on the side of your screen, which tells you where exactly you got shot from, you don't even need to rely on that. Just by getting shot close by, the suppression effect will allow you to sort of tell you whether it's forward, backs, left and right. So look at the sound and the suppression cue. You'll be able to determine where you got shot from. You reach your cover and then you open up the angle slowly. Use your binoculars if you have them, and then take them out. So for example, he's in a hedge. He's like a diagram here. There's the red guy there. You don't know that red guy's there, but if you're behind a hedge, you'll check. If you know that they're on one of the sides, you'll check this green arrow and then slowly move around the corner. You can sweep around the corner, and that's what a lot of people kind of do. They sort of move around the corner. In fact, a lot of people just move out from the hedge and they'll just get absolutely nailed if they move from the circle out from the hedge. They'll just get absolutely nailed because they're opening up the angle too quickly. One option is to open up the angle slower. So think about the angles. It's sort of like maths. So it's like tan and sine and cosines and stuff. It's like, how do I open up this angle quicker? Well, you can move down and that opens up the angle like this, but you often also get shot at by doing so, because you're opening up the angle too quickly, if that makes sense. So work that angle. So move back from the hedge and then move down. So you're still moving down the same amount, but this way you're opening up the angle slower. So by moving the same amount, you're opening up the angle slower, which gives you more time to react. Exactly. Yeah, and what happens is if they're on the other side, you'll open up the angle and you open it up more, but you obviously don't move up to the hedge and continue opening up from this angle. You're going to expose yourself too much there. For example, if you moved up to this position, you've just widened the angle that you have to cover by so much. Sort of like, how many degrees do you open the angle up by each step you take? This is massive, going from here to here kind of thing. Like your angle is just way too big to cover. You're just going to get shot. And again, you could get shot from this red angle again. Like, you're exposing yourself way too much from this angle here. So yeah, think about not doing a lot of this. But unless you've Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this time, you go to the other side. Yeah. Hmm. The other thing is that if you've got a 4K monitor, honestly, 4K monitor is like playing with glasses on, eh? Um, mm-hmm. So here's just gonna play this. Yeah, awesome discussions, guys. Yeah, and yeah. Honestly, just play the whatever you're most comfortable with and what you have most fun with. Just to reiterate, like this is the movement as I was mentioning before here, and I could peek more out. There's more guys here. But notice how I move back. I'm moving back. Look, why did I move back for? Just exactly that reason I say move back. Because you're opening up the angle a lot slower. It's just yeah, you move back. See, I've moved back. You do this, and you can. Yeah. Also opens up the angle so much slower. And everyone's all the enemies, their sights are all going to be looking at this corner here. So if you're not going to be there, it's already reaction time. And you can lean out as well. So here I'm leaning out with binoculars. See how slow I'm opening up this angle? I'm playing it at slow speed though. But yeah, you open it up. See, I'm looking. Oh, spot the guy right there. Ping him, take the gun out, move out. Headshot, right? That's it. Look at him again. He's gone. He's dead. So for example, at normal speed, not normal bloody speed. Yeah, look it out. Okay, you know there's a guy there. Alright, move back a bit. Move back. Yeah, so it's much the same. Spot the guys. See how slow this guy's got hardly any chance of him returning fire. Well, he's got and you go. It's dead. And you keep opening up the angle again. Continue. Now here, I've sort of moved out way past. I'm opening up the angle way too quick now. And then yeah. So that's dangerous, like that's dangerous move there. So yeah, that's what I meant by moving back. So that's the example I just wanted to show you by you moving back. It helps a lot. And then again, if you don't see him, don't try to open up the angle from the same distance because you can open up the angle too quickly, move to the other side, repeat the same thing again, and yeah, you'll hopefully open it up slower. Yeah. And just sort of going back to that K98 play, by having to bolt the gun, it forces you to actually take cover, and before you've even taken the shot, it forces you to position yourself such that once you've fired, you have to move into cover. Like, it completely forces you to play a really safe game. And you'll notice, after playing like a good game with K98, you'll notice exactly how much slower you moved, how much more use of cover you made, and also thinking about before you shot, as the cover I can move into while I'm bolting, while I'm reloading. All those things, like, it really makes you practice. Can't go charging in, can't go being a hero. You've got 5 shots, make them all count. Yeah, so that's the example of using your angles. Again, remember, you've got more options than pressing Shift W. Don't be the hero. Actually, just stay alive. You're much more useful alive. Yeah, I get it. In the last 5 minutes or last few minutes, you're right. It's all on there. But even still, in the last few minutes, you dying reduces the cap weight, right? If you actually hold your position while you let your friendlies move up, you've actually got more chance of capping that point in those last 5 minutes if you don't die. So yeah, it's all something we all have to think about. But just remember, you've got other options. Remember, hold. I love holding. Holding and waiting for backup is the absolute way to know where the enemy's coming from, because they always come from the same direction after you've killed a wave. They'll come back from the same direction most of the time. Yeah. It's not camping in a corner in a house to hold the house. It's it might be at on top of the roof or by a house, actually watching over a massive angle or a key point where there's a road. Yeah. Yeah, they're camping, and that doesn't gain them ground, and that's another aspect of this game is ground, which maybe we can cover in another episode. But yeah, a lot of those Chimera guys, they'll keep nailing you, but they're holding a position, and there's merit in that. If they're playing a team game, they from a distance, if they're killing everyone, in camping, that's cool. If they're relaying the information of where you're coming from, then the OP or your spawn is not going to be alive for very long, because they'll be telling their friends, and their friends can do the dirty work while you're just getting nailed from really far away, whether it by a machine gun or a rifle. So there is merit in actually just doing mindless farming of a Gary that you've got no chance of being able to get to. And so remember, with Garys and OPs, there's a bit of mess with that. With a Gary, if you think about it, it spawns every 40 seconds. So if it's a 40 Gary, it's going to spawn on 40, 20, 40 and 20, and on the minute mark. So 0, 4, 2. If it's an odd Gary, it's going to spawn on the 1, like the 1, 3, and the 5s. So every time you kill someone with a Gary, have a look at the time. Is it an odd or an even Gary? Is it a 1 or something in the middle? And that means you can just quickly do a quick calculation of when the spawn wave is going to come next. You ping it, you look at the distance, you think, okay, how far can I make in, say, 20 seconds or 40 seconds? And you just do the maths, like, can I get there in time before the next spawn wave minus 3 seconds? Things like that. So think about that. If you can't make it, then move up, say, a few seconds, farm another wave, and then take it out. Like, don't be a hero, right? Don't have to destroy and take the Gary out all in one go. Take your time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, having them all staggered is nice because it means there's more people on the ground if they're dead. But yeah, it's probably too much to start microing that because Garys get destroyed and you forget about that. But one thing if you do are a squad leader and you can put down an OP is yeah, as soon as I spawn I normally do put an OP down quite close to the Gary because you often die quite close to a Gary because the position's already given away, right? And by having that OP close to the Gary means that you're able to support it if people get close to it as well, because otherwise you'd have to wait another 40 seconds, in which case they'll be able to close that distance. If you put your OP down within 20, for 20 seconds you'll be able to defend it. You'll have at least a chance of defending it. Yeah, so you probably don't think too much about them, and I certainly don't think trying to stagger them too much. It sort of just comes out as it is, but it is something you could try to think about. Okay, these ones are odds, these ones are evens, just so that if someone's putting them down, just wait another 10 seconds and you'll be able to get the stagger it. No, 100%. That's good. Yeah, man, pug armor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Like, yeah, I love that actually. Those brave heroes take the shots and get killed because like they're obviously moving without checking their angles, and they're not using the information to their advantage. And you could say, oh, if everyone just stayed still and didn't move until they knew exactly where the enemy was, well, that's actually okay. As I mentioned before, only engage if it's going to only be in your favor. Like, why run out and get shot at if you don't know where the enemy is? Like, that's exactly what you're not supposed to do. If you don't know where the enemy is, you're in a really bad position. Yeah. But that's kind of that is all I just wanted to cover today. So I know it's a short one, and that's cool. Gives you time to test it out later. But just remember, you guys have so many options. It's not just W. You've got at least 3 other options always. The other options you're thinking of, and remember, holding and actually retreating are completely valid options and really good options that people don't realize that they have. So basically take it slowly, don't always shift W, and play with that K98 because it forces you to make only favorable engagements. It makes you thinking about your angles, it makes you think about where your cover is while you're bolting. Like, you're not going to shoot in the middle of a field unless you're absolutely sure you're going to kill that guy, because while you're bolting you got nowhere to hide. So yeah, just remember those things, and have fun out there, right? Like, try something different, play that medic, and it's actually really fun. The medic, you get so many bandages and you heal double fast, so that's a really good buff. Actually, you can just jump out of buildings and it's like, nah, don't care, I've got unlimited bandages. Have a go and have fun.